We have seen a trend lately of organizations using the word female to describe trans women. Stop it. So, welcome back to the channel today, everyone. So, lately I have been seeing news organizations referring to trans women as female when they accomplish something that's newsworthy. First, it was Rachel Levine with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. She was listed as the first female four-star admiral. And this wasn't even accurate because there had been a four-star admiral, um, actual female, prior to this. So most articles I've started to see, they're changing the wording on it. But there's still some out there that you can still find that still say first female. But that's initially how it was reported. And we all know retractions or changes kind of usually just slide under the radar. And that didn't go without causing stir. I think she was put in there, though, just like people to judge, for optics. Not necessarily that she met the qualifications, but for equity and not equality. Just another first for this administration to be able to put under their belt. But it's really interesting because you have the health department, which under COVID is probably the most hated government department out there right now. And you're putting a trans person in there to take a lot of this heat and maybe distract from the COVID issue, or maybe you thought that they were going to, fix the COVID issue and then they could give it, say, look at what this trans person did. Or maybe it's just because they want to erase biology and now they're using the word female, so that would kind of play into that as well. But a lot of that's for another video. So now we had this new Jeopardy contestant, Amy Schneider, who is being labeled as the highest female earner on Jeopardy ever, which I guess she crossed over $1 million and is going to be in the Tournament of Champions. And they are saying now they're labeling it as the first trans person to ever do so. Come on. And the issue I have with this trend is they keep using this word female to describe trans women. We are not females. I am biologically a male. There's nothing I can do to change biology. And really just labeling them as such, it harms biological women and it also harms trans people in the process. Like, women are starting to blame us for stealing their accomplishments. And men are making jokes like this whole thing is like, it's become satirical to them, which leaves, trans people as the villains or clowns in this story, which we aren't. The vast majority of us are not here. And if you really want to label this something, it's one thing. You can go out there and label it as the first trans person to do this, which we've started to see, again, the changing of the headlines for this. But it's like the first trans people made this accomplishment, whatever. But I think my friend Mars said it best when we were on Rosa Dawn's channel a couple weeks ago, which on Seal of Approval, he said this.
I don't know about you guys. I'm just over the whole first trans man that eats a sandwich first. I don't fucking care, honestly.
Now, let me be clear about what I'm actually saying here. Because in that episode, I also made this same point when it comes to Elliot Page in the public eyes. I am not blaming the trans people in this situation. This is the media going out there and making this a thing. However, if you go out there and you're a public person now, and the media is labeling you as female, if you don't go out there and correct that record, you have now become complicit in my eyes. If it's me, I am going to say I am not a female. That's the first thing I am going to say if I see a headline with my name in it that says first female anything. It's not accurate. See, the thing is these publications have multiple people reading these articles for accuracy before they even publish them. So somebody along the way should be catching this Otherwise, it's intentional. Now, I will admit that I have a bad habit when speaking off the cuff of using trans female instead of trans woman, but at least I'm throwing trans in there to make that distinction. Um, but if you ever hear me speak and I say trans female, I mean trans woman, just to be clear. And I want to bring this up because I have spoke many times about how we need to start using male and female instead of man and woman, when describing people, so we can stop this word salad stuff that comes out when we're talking about what each sex can do. Um, like only females can give birth. That is a true and accurate statement. You don't need to insult women or females by calling them people with a uterus or some other, stupid term like that. Using female should be an accurate compromise that doesn't sound dumb or make it so that we have to change language for 1% of the population. So, media, stop spreading misinformation by calling trans women females and trans men men. It's not helpful. But with that, I thank you guys for joining me today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to go follow me across social media platforms, and I will see you guys next time.